Okay, we're gonna start into the MySQL, all right, but we'll be using the PHP MyAdmin, which is an easy way to learn to create your MySQL database and table. Then you can actually proceed to use the SQL statement if you choose to. All right. There are many ways to do this, but I choose the easiest way to quick start you into MySQL. So I'm going to use this tool called XAMPP, which is actually the cross-platform. You can also use WAM if you already have it. All right. And if you install the XAMPP, all right, okay, you will actually be able to have a control panel like this. Of course, the version may change and the looks may change, but most of it will actually still be the same. All right. So if I actually want the MySQL to run, I must first start my server, which is the Apache server. All right. So once it turns green, it means that the Apache server is up. So I'll leave the server on. Then on the server, I will start my SQL. So in this case, my SQL actually is now enabled. Okay, I need to keep this running. All right. And when I stop, I must remember to stop my database first, which is my SQL. Then only I stop my Apache. All right. So that is the reverse. Okay. So if I want to go straight into my SQL, I can go straight to the admin, which is the MySQL admin. Okay. And it will launch my PHP MyAdmin over here on your local host, which is in your own machine. As your machine now is working something like a server, all right, a database server, as well on a Linux platform if you want to be a bit technical. All right, but that's not the aim today. All right, now there will be some databases here. Some of you will see additional database compared to what you have on your screen. Like for instance, this is something I created, this is something I created, right? But the rest is default database. So to be safe, we are going to create our own database. All right. So the database need a name. Okay. So let's say I just call it test. All right. And it need a form of encoding. All right. Or basically over here, collation. And just to simplify it, I'm just going to use the UTF-8 binary. Okay. So now I'm going to click create. All right. And you will see a test database created. But it's an empty database. It has no table. All right. So maybe we'll just create a test table. And just to keep it simple, I will just have two columns, which is basically the two fields. And I will click go over here, and it will ask me, okay, what's the name of the field, what's the data type, and so forth. Okay, let's keep it simple. I will call this column A, all right, and I will call this column B. All right, and the save button is down here, so I will click the save button over here. And now, okay, I have the database test and the table test table. All right, so I have the test table over here. Okay, all right, I can look at the structure. Oops, there been some error. Let's see what happened here. Okay, all right, so there is a two column integer. Right, they are empty. You can see the two column, but they are empty. Okay, not sure what is that error. Now let's put some data in. by using the insert. Okay, so let's say I will just put 123.45 and I will put here 123.45 and I will insert this. Okay, so one record is inserted, and of course this is the SQL statement that is created, and I can go into browse and oh look, I only have 123 and 123, but I key 123.45. Okay, now what actually happened is because of the data type. Okay, so the data type here is integer. Integer does not store decimal points, so that is the reason it get cut off. All right, so what if I want to store this decimal point? Well, of course I can't use integer, so I need to change this. Well, so I'm keeping the column A as integer, but I'm changing the column B. All right, and I can see that I can change it to decimal, which is if you read at the pop-up, you will see it's a fixed point. Okay, it's a fixed point digit. All right, and of course the decimal. All right, so let's say I will do well, let's say I will do 11.2 or dot, okay, dot 2 then. All right, and I will save this. Okay, so now it is a decimal. Oops, I think it's not changed. 11.2. Okay, now it's changed. See, 11.2. You can see the 11.2 here. All right, so I'm going to insert another record in, same value. All right, 123.45, 123.45. Now one row is inserted, so now I should have two rows. So let's browse. Okay, I have now two rows. Okay, the first row is up here, the second row is down here, and you will see now the column B, okay, now has decimal point. All right, 2 decimal point, because we put a dot 2. Okay, so at this current moment, all right, this is a quick way for you to create tables, database, or database and table, and create the fields. The columns are actually the field, and it's data type in your MySQL. All right, using of course the PHP MyAdmin.